Good evening, gentle listeners or watchers, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, Weirdo Wade tosses a triumvirate to take on Tinseltown. Bumbling Bob, the nutter for cases, mimics Minnie, then crashes the market with King Kong and classic jazz. Movie maker Mark digs Da Vinci, black magic and poo, then starts the Great War and bans boobs. From bickering babies to new rules. Yes! It's time for Dippy Dawg Does Dunkirk. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Distractible. I'm today's host, Wade, the bald one. Joined as always by my co-hosts and sometimes competitors, currently competing against each other, Mark.
Hi.
And Bob.
I thought I was going to be the bald one going forward. I thought we were going to it's fine. That's fine. I just thought we had talked about that.
I trademarked being bald, so I have to own it now.
I thought we got all the fighting out before the episode started. We promised we wouldn't do this to people.
Look, I'm not fighting. I was just asking a question. I'm just curious. That's what we do here. We just ask questions. Okay. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting with
that. We complain a lot more than we should.
That didn't sound like a question to me.
Let me make some notes here about this complaining and fighting. If this is your first time being here, the way the show works is one of us hosts that compete for points. Whoever has the most points at the end gets to see if they still win after some wheel spins. And if they do, they host the next episode.
Nuh-uh.
No, I think he's actually right about that. I know he's usually wrong.
Nuh-uh.
You disagree?
That's not true.
I think he's just trying to lose points.
Mark, I see that side. I see your cheek where that baby punched you.
That's not true.
I'll send that baby back in.
That's impossible.
Might be. Small talk. That's where we usually start. So what's new?
Small talk. Intrusive thoughts. I'm having them. They're not super intrusive, but they're stupid. I like phone cases, right? I have a lot of phone cases in my life.
Okay. Yeah, we've heard that once.
And I don't know why this didn't occur to me, but the other day we were hanging out and I was doing something on my iPad, and James comes up and is like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And wants to play with the iPad. And so he's sort of pawing at it and whatever. And I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll just slip the case off the iPad and hand that to him. And then I'll keep the iPad part because I have a case. It just pops right off super easy. That worked fine. But something in my brain was like, man, I hate that case. Oh. So it's got the stupid edge and the buttons don't work. And then Mandy said something or I thought something and my brain was just like, why don't I collect iPad cases the way that I collect phone cases? Those are the same thing. I only have one iPad case. I've had one this whole time.
Oh, no.
So it's really stupid because there's not a lot of differentiation in the world of iPad cases. There's some, but it's not remotely like phone cases where there's all these different companies who are like, we have the best, whatever. I can't get over it. I can't let it go. I'm sitting here staring at all these iPad cases, just being like, maybe that one. Maybe that one's the one. I'll just buy a couple. Then I'll know the truth. Anyway, it's not a serious problem, and I haven't bought any yet, but next time we get together, expect me to have just a bunch of iPad cases. And
so it will be a problem.
I mean, it's almost guaranteed at this point. I don't like this about myself. I don't mind the phone cases thing, but the iPad cases, it's too far. Okay. Not that that's going to stop me from doing it because that's not how this works, but it's too far.
You are a curious case.
I like that joke, Wade. I liked it. You are a curious case.
I liked it. I was just in the middle of my talking. So anyway, that's what I got going on. Oh, actually, can I throw a question out there? Maybe the subreddit can help me with this. Electricians or amateur electricians in the subreddit. I have an outlet in the garage. It stops working when it rains hard outside. I've checked the wall. No water gets into the wall. I've checked the outlet. It's a perfectly fine outdoor rated GFI outlet. It's even under a plastic cover. No water is physically dripping onto it or getting into it. It's right next to the door to the house of the garage. So it's not like it's out by the open garage or anything. Why does it stop working, but only when it rains really hard? If it just sprinkles, it doesn't affect it. But if it storms, that outlet, the GFI pops. What the fuck? That's all. I've asked people who know about electrician stuff, and they were kind of like, wow, never heard that before. Sorry. If you know anything, help. Please help.
Is it possible that you're just wrong?
What do you mean? That the water does get in or something?
Or that, like, it goes off other times too, and there's some cause unrelated to the water?
No, because my car is plugged into it. I have a plug-in hybrid, and the car tells me on my phone when it'll be like, oh, I'm unplugged. What happened? And so I know because it happened at like in the middle of the night. It's been stormy the past week. And so overnight, one night, the car at 3 a.m. was just like, I'm not charging. And I was like, I'm asleep, dude. I don't fucking care. But so I know exactly when it does and doesn't happen because that's what's plugged into that outlet.
Storm related.
Yeah, it's always when it storms really hard after the first day of storming, the next day sometime or overnight, it'll just start the GFI will just pop. No more electricity. And now it's working again. It was only, I don't understand. Anyway, if anyone knows anything, please help. Please. Fucking hell, please. I'll pay you. Help. That's all. I've chosen to do that with my small talk today. So help. Help. Please help.
I have something that's actually not related to anything I've talked about in the past, but semi-related. But it's relatively new. So many people know. What are you writing? What are you writing, Wade? What are you writing?
I was going to give you a point for news topic.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wait, talk about server farms. Wait, tell us about lenses.
I have other things. I'm not going to start with that. But it's related. So, man, this weird chili thing.
You're making me have to clear my throat. Stop it.
Yeah, what is happening here? I just replace it with like Mario and Luigi noises every time we cough. Make it wahoo. I've been saying for a while that I didn't like Premiere, right? I've used Premiere since 2012. That's when I started editing. That's when I started YouTube. It's no coincidence I had it since there. I liked it, but only because it was the only software I ever used and I didn't use any other. And I've heard that others weren't that great and Premiere was kind of the golden standard. And I agreed with it. It worked well. Every update since then, it got worse. Not joking. Got worse. Performance got worse. The tools they were cramming in there didn't always work well. They changed how things work that didn't need to be changed. And eventually I started hearing about DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve. And so I switched.
DaVinci Resolve.
There it is. Good.
Yeah, that's me. I've been doing it the whole time.
Wow. Oh, you've been subliminally in my ear.
Schmicky house?
Trying to get me to go over to DaVinci?
Put a walkie-talkie behind the drywall in your bedroom, and I've just been me in the middle of the night like, DaVinci Resolve.
Do you have a financial interest, or is this just a prank?
I just thought it'd be funny. It's been a long, slow game.
Well, they just released the beta for DaVinci 20. And this is, I believe, the nail in the coffin for a lot of people that have not switched yet from Premiere. Because, number one, DaVinci Resolve is not a subscription. It is a one-time payment if you want the studio version, and it's free if you want the not studio version.
Do you get updates with that too?
Yeah, every update is still free. They may change that in the near future. People were kind of like iffy about it because they said in the releasing one. But 20 is so much better. So many new features. The keyframe editor is improved. They've got different magic masks. The smooth cut has been improved. So many other audio-based features for automatic transcriptions, assigning subtitles, even detecting like speakers in one, automatically diverting audio tracks, checkerboarding them. So many good features. There's a few controversial AI features that, are included, but the fact that they're so robust for the same price that I paid 3 years ago now for it, because I bought it and I had it for a while. And hey, I bought a Blackmagic camera. It came with Studio which is $395 if you buy it. But that's once. Subscriptions for Adobe are outrageous, and they were locking you into those subscriptions.
They're like twice that much a year at full price. It's like, or more. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and DaVinci has, editing, audio editing. They include better vertical video things. They got better quick export features. They just are more robust. They have their visual effects studio built into it. It's just better.
You mean it's not a separate software to do VFX like After Effects is? What a fucking world to live in.
Fusion has its quirks, but as I get to know it more, because it's very different with node-based working, it's just better. It's the industry standard color software.
What do you use for thumbnails?
For thumbnails, I'm still stuck. I still do Photoshop, which is like the only software I pay for with Adobe now.
Is there even a real competitor to Photoshop? I don't know. I know GIMP is like an open source free thing, but I don't know a name brand competitor to Photoshop that exists. It's crazy.
There is a huge opportunity there for that. And hell, maybe Blackmagic would like to step in there, but it's really not their arena.
Oh, they're like a hardware company, right? I mean,
we should make one and call it Picture Store.
But it is just awesome.
Took me an embarrassingly long time to get that joke.
It's hit me. Like when you laughed, I was like, what did he say? Backtrack. Oh,
You should pay more attention to me. I'm the host.
picture store. Anyway, for anyone who even dabbles in editing out there, I highly encourage it. It was growing pains. There are some quirks at it. There are still some bugs, especially if you go at it with the idea that it works like Premiere does, which it doesn't always do that. But for the most part, I have had such a better experience editing in it, with my workflow, with everything about it, just all in one. As an editor who's worked for 13 years now, just editing, which a lot of people are like, you're a YouTuber. It's like, I love editing. Editing is my favorite thing. Editing Iron Lung, like any other big project.
He does that on purpose, by choice. It's pretty unhinged, really.
I enjoy it. It's so fun. DaVinci, I'm not sponsored in any way. I wish I was. I really do wish I was.
Oh, there's another plug. All right, here we go.
Hey, DaVinci Resolve. Hey,
DaVinci, send him 500 megatons of pallets.
Mark needs a pallet of DaVinci Resolve ASAP.
Dude, they throw those around like nothing. I wish there was something more that I could get for DaVinci, but you know, the whole secondary market of like plugins is not as robust as Premiere or like After Effects, and I get that. There's some limited thing, but there's so many features built into the thing, and there's more people that are joining, which means more plugins are going to be made. It's great. I love it. It's great. I think all editors should switch, and if Adobe is listening, change your goddamn policies. You are right now losing everyone. And I know competition is supposed to be good. You're losing. If you can't see it now, look a few years in any head, look, and you'll see where the trajectory is going. Look in your head.
Adobe only has themselves to beat, and they are currently beating the shit out of themselves. No one else even makes things that compete with several of their mainstay pieces of software, and people are still like, oh, maybe I don't need a PDF reader or Photoshop. I'll just take better pictures, I guess.
Yeah.
That'd probably be easier in my life.
It's crazy. But yeah, DaVinci 20, it's still in beta. Even I've ran into some bugs working with it, so they still have some things to work out, but all in all, man, it's great.
I gave some amount of points for that.
Very generous.
Anything else y'all want to add before I jump into a titillating topic?
I don't think so.
Wow, okay.
I mean, I do, but you know, whatever.
Way to just cut him off, Wade. Wow.
It's my bad.
Wade, I forgive you. I forgive you.
Bob, I feel like you're the me of this episode as far as competitors go, man. Giving me some trouble as the host. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Good to have an antagonist.
And tag of this.
Editors put a penis in his frame, just slightly emerging from below. Oh no, from above. That's even scarier. Hit him from all sides.
Just a blur encroaches from all directions into me. Like, ah.
I was trying to assume, you know, it's your own penis, like, you know.
Oh, I see. I see. Sure.
No, make one sneak up from behind him holding a knife, wearing a mask.
And tag of this.
All right. Enough of this. I have a topic, and at first take, Bob, you might think this is skewed against you, but it's not.
Okay, that feels pretty fair.
I know for a fact that you two can come together and work together to make this happen. However, only one of us here, as of right now, has or is working on a movie. But I think that experience will be important because we're going to make a movie. But let me set the scene for you.
I know stuff.
The year is 2040.
Okay.
You two have been making movies together for like 15 years. You both know what you're doing. You're experienced.
Okay.
The problem is you're out of ideas. Writers have no ideas. You two, no ideas.
AI can't help us.
AI cannot help. But there's one thing that can. Standing on the backs of those that came before, and their backs have been crushed by time because their works are now in the public domain.
Ooh.
So we're using characters, plots, music, whatever else you might need that's now in the public domain. The caveat is you can only take one thing from each work. So one character, one plot point, song, whatever may be.
What's the statute of limitations on copyright if that's the right term.
It varies country by country, and it's different for different things. If two people go in on something together, it's like when the younger person dies plus 75 years. Sometimes it's 95 years.
Can you just give us a number so we know what era, and legality aside, laws changed in 2050?
So I picked 2040 for a reason.
Oh, 2040.
Just to give you guys what should be in public domain by 2040. There's a bunch of characters. If you guys look at, like, you can just Google, like, what characters should be in public domain by 2040. We'll just assume they are. There's some interesting things, but I wanted to give you a little bit more to work with than what's currently out there, because, like, you know, there's some stuff, but there's even more. Things like the original Batman comic, Popeye.
Does it change it if, say, that character originally appeared a while ago, but then has since reappeared?
Yeah, so like Steamboat Willie just entered public domain last year. So you can use Steamboat Willie, but you can't use the more modern iterations of Mickey Mouse yet.
Is that what they argued? Like, Steamboat Willie is not Mickey Mouse. It's Willie.
I think officially, yeah. So
it's William.
Modern depictions, or like, you know, the way things have changed, you have to wait for that version of it to go into the public domain. So like when I say Batman entered the public domain, or enters the public domain like 2034 or something, it's the original like debuting comic of him.
Okay, got it.
Technically, Superman and Lex Luthor appear in public domain, but Lex Luthor was originally only known as Luthor. So only the Luthor version of him can appear until Lex, which is like 1960. So I
mean, when Winnie the Pooh went into public domain, one of the first movies, like right out of the gate, was just Pooh. And it was like just a horror movie. I don't know if that was real or not. Was that real?
I think it was. I never saw it or anything else about. I heard of it.
Winnie the Pooh is actually what Blood and Honey. That's what it was actually called. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you two are going to work together to pick out some characters, a plot, soundtrack. Be careful what you choose, because you can only use one thing from it.
Hey, wait, what?
I mean, what?
Wait, what?
That wasn't confusing. He had said that before.
Yeah, I'm misunderstanding your confusion here.
I don't know. Just one thing from one thing. I don't know what I didn't hear, but hey, a third one of those is coming. All right. Now he's mad.
A third one of Blood and Honey?
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. A third Winnie the Pooh horror movie is coming.
There was a Winnie the Pooh horror game. I think I played it. I think maybe it was Roblox or something. I can't remember, but I think I did something on it a while back. Take a moment, find some characters, find whatever you think. It's got to be in public domain by 2040. But you guys cannot have original ideas. You're stitching together everything.
I already know who the main character should be.
Even before knowing your plot.
I have a submission for the main character, yes.
I figured it'd be too convoluted otherwise.
Mark, do you want to talk about this? See if we come together on this?
Oh yeah, we're working together. I forgot about that. Yeah, I suppose we should.
Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. Oh wait, no, I'm not an idiot. I'm smart. All right. Dippy Dawg, the original character that is now Goofy, enters the public domain in 2028.
I saw Dippy Dawg when looking. Yep.
Dippy Dawg.
I think Dippy Dawg is a solid candidate for the main character.
Is Pluto in the public domain?
Pluto enters the public domain in 2026. Originally named Rover, apparently.
So it might be the Rover variant.
Oh, so does Rover.
That is the character that is now Pluto.
When does Goofy with the name Goofy, is it just Dippy Dawg that's out right now?
That's a solid question.
So I don't think you guys can use Goofy or Pluto. It would have to be Dippy Dawg and Rover, most likely.
Let's see. Goofy's copyright expires 2028, says Google. And who knows what the real answer is. 2029, maybe. Pluto will enter public domain, followed by Donald Duck and Goofy in 2029.
Oh, okay.
Right?
With the original name?
I'm thinking there's a Goofy Pluto horror movie coming up.
Oh, okay.
Donald Duck as well.
I like it.
Did we just get genre, too?
It could be a movie adaptation of that animal Russian roulette game we were playing, but with Steamboat Willie, Pluto, Goofy, and Donald Duck.
Liar's Bar?
Yeah, Liar's Bar. Yeah.
Which movie that entered public domain has that plot so you can use it?
Oh, fuck. The 12 Angry Men.
Is that in public domain?
Isn't The Hound of the Baskervilles pretty similar to Liar's Bar?
Baskervilles? What is the Hound of the Baskervilles?
I'm fairly certain that it's not. Yeah, apparently Goofy's name or persona was established in 1934, so I presume that means that Goofy, that Mark is right about those.
Hound of the Baskervilles. Oh, it's Stephen Hawking. What is his name?
Hmm?
Sherlock Holmes. That's it. Sherlock
Stephen
Holmes.
Hawking.
Hey, Stephen Hawking is S and H. It was, you can see that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, no, that was published 1901, but there was a movie made of it 1939, so that should be, I believe. Okay, so is that the one where, what is that one?
Baskervilles. Okay. Sherlock Holmes. Oh, do you have, Bob? You want to read your synopsis?
I only have a short summary of it, but basically a guy seeks out Holmes and Watson because his friend was found dead outside of his mansion with no marks of violence, but giant paw prints nearby. Mortimer fears the legend may be real, that the heir, Sir Henry Baskerville, might be next to be murdered by the ghost Dougie.
Ghost Dougie.
Or the giant, the hound of the Baskervilles.
Yeah, the one I have says that Holmes is intrigued by a legend that every generation of the Baskerville family will eventually be killed by this monstrous hound.
Every generation?
Every generation.
Even back in time?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Anyway, the turn is, it's actually just a big wild dog that is covered in phosphorus to make it glow in the dark, and is trained and used as a murder weapon by a guy named Jack Stapleton, who is secretly a Baskerville, trying to kill off
spoilers,
all of the Baskervilles and inherit the family estate.
No!
That's what happens.
I'm spoiled! The movie I was going to make and needed to research is spoiled to me!
Well, now you can take part of that plot if you would like it.
Can we mix other movies in, or does it have to be just one?
Oh, yes, I encourage you to. If you don't remake the movie.
Okay, good. All right, good.
I think it was lost that I said that was the same plot as Liar's Bar, but if you expand a little bit, I'm sure Liar's Bar is basically in there, or vice versa.
Liar's Bar isn't in the public domain, unless games fall under a different category.
Yeah, their public domain is 1 year.
Look, Russian Roulette probably is in the public domain. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that.
That's true.
There's also Wizard of Oz is probably in the public domain. I don't care what the new movie, Wicked is all. It's not the same. Wizard of Oz, Hound of the Baskervilles. Hound of the Baskervilles in Disney's version of Oz.
I don't know when Wizard of Oz hits the public domain or hit the public domain. The concept of Russian roulette is a game or metaphor.
It's a 1900 novel.
The novel would be, maybe not the movie.
The film was 1939, the same as the film for Hound of the Baskervilles.
By 2040, that will be public domain.
This is fucking great.
And the game Russian roulette is a concept or whatever is considered to be in the public domain.
Okay, we've got our plot coming together.
So the Cowardly Lion is Goofy.
Baskerville, Wizard of Oz, and Russian roulette. Okay.
The Cowardly Lion is the guy who's wearing the Baskerville costume, murdering the Tin Man, Steamboat Willie, and Dorothy, Pluto, and the Straw Man. Everyone's inner demon.
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck, Straw Man, yeah. Maybe Donald Duck is Dorothy. No, God, no, that's stupid.
Oh, wait, no, that Donald can't be the Scarecrow. Donald is clearly the Wicked Witch of the West.
Well, then who's the Tin Man?
Didn't we have another character lined up? Just to be clear, the Cowardly Lion is Dippy Dog. Oh, no, we decided that was... I like Dippy Dog better, honestly.
Dippy Dog, yeah, Dippy Dog.
Cowardly Lion is Dippy Dog.
Who's Sherlock in this? Is it the wizard? And where are they playing Russian roulette?
Who's Steamboat Willie?
Steamboat Willie is the Tin Man. Scarecrow, that's the one we need.
Scarecrow and Dorothy. I don't know who Scarecrow and Dorothy are.
Well, what female characters are in the public domain?
There's comic book characters. I think Wonder Woman might be by 1940.
Yeah, Wonder Woman will be public domain by then.
I don't know if that fits. Okay, I got it. It's a World War I period piece. World War I's in the public domain, right? World War I's got to be in the public domain.
Probably, yeah.
So we can steal anything from World War I.
You can do World War I.
It's all coming together.
Okay.
Archduke Franz Ferdinand, also known as fucking Goofy, is having a game of Liar's Bar with Sherlock Holmes' nemesis, Moriarty.
Moriarty, that's the guy.
Formerly known as
That's his first name.
It was supposed to be a friendly game, but unfortunately, bang, boom, World War I. Archduke gone.
Mm-hmm.
So Goofy's dead. It's who killed Goofy? Who killed Goofy and how did this start World War One? The Wizard of World War One. It's perfect.
I think the title should be simpler though. I think it should just be World War One, a Goofy War.
No, shorter. It's just got to be
a Goofy War movie.
A Goofy War. A
Goofy War movie.
That's my favorite movie, A Goofy War. Oh, man, you know, he and his son go on a road trip, then his son goes to college, and then his son goes to war.
Leaning Tower of Bleeda.
And that song is in it.
Eye to eye. Yeah. Gun to gun.
Is that in the public domain?
No, definitely not.
Okay, I've been trying to follow and keep up with the plot, but it's changed dramatically. So do we still have the characters from Wizard of Oz in this?
We gotta throw out A Goofy War because that's too close to a Goofy movie. It's not in the domain.
That's true.
Okay, I've got Dippy Dog is the Cowardly Lion. Steamboat Willie is the Tin Man. Scarecrow? Donald Duck is the Wicked Witch. Dorothy?
Archduke Franz Ferdinand is
also Dippy Dog?
No, who did I say he was?
Goofy, I thought.
No, Moriarty was facing him in a game of what are the slippers? Oh god.
What are the slippers?
It's a ruby red gas mask. Click your eyes together and I want to go home. Yeah, it's just someone with the red gas mask in a trench going, I want to go home. I want to go home. There's no place like home.
God damn.
Look, all the best movies that win all the awards are depressing. We got to make it as depressing as possible. None of this happiness, none of this color. Just like Wicked, just take all the color out. Don't need it.
Is that what happened in Wicked?
Yeah, they took all the color. That was the whole story. Yeah. They were like, fuck all this color. And they were like, get it out of here.
Okay, for Dorothy, we have a few options here. There's Betty Boop, Wonder Woman, Snow White, I believe Mina Harker from Dracula, Alice, maybe from Alice in Wonderland might be by then.
I've got one. This is a bit of a twist, but come with me if you can see it. Dorothy will be played by King Kong. Right?
Really switching the roles.
Kong is currently in the public domain. King Kong will be in 1929.
Think about it.
Yeah.
And
King
that
Kong.
means that the Scarecrow can be played by Mary Poppins.
Yes? Is that possible? Wait, didn't Mary Poppins come out? Wasn't that in the 50s?
Mary Poppins should enter the public domain in 2030. The original characters,
really?
according to what I'm seeing online. I don't know if that's probably the novel that preceded the movie we all know or whatever, but
Okay, so Scarecrow is Mary Poppins. Dorothy was King Kong.
or the Dorothy is Tom and Jerry in a trench coat.
Tom and Jerry working together.
Nah, they wouldn't work together though. That's the thing.
I was going to say, we still have Sherlock Holmes, Moriarty, and Archduke Ferdinand on the list.
It's shaping up to be like an Ocean's 11 kind of thing, but I don't know.
Dorothy should be Jerry and the flying monkeys should all just be Toms with wings, because that's kind of the dynamic.
Dorothy should be Jerry.
Ah, man. Ocean's 11 was really a 1960 movie about World War II. We're one war off. We're too many. It's never going to work.
I think we need to simplify the plot or make it more complex.
I think more complex is definitely the way to go.
What is the plot? Because
Simple, this is 2040. People are smarter now. For sure. Almost guaranteed.
oh yeah, education going up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far for plot, I have Wizard of Oz, Hound of Baskerville's Russian Roulette, World War One.
I think what it's missing is a finance aspect. I think we should the like climax, the turn into the third act should be the stock market crash of 1929.
I guess the stock market crash would be public domain.
And the stock market can be played by King Kong.
Who is Dorothy?
Yes.
So it's like the house that Dorothy was in is the crash incoming, and then boom, lands on the poor businessmen of the New York Stock Exchange, where Archduke Ferdinand was visiting, playing a game of Russian roulette.
Played by
Pluto, or no, Goofy.
Rover,
Ding Dong.
Rover. Yeah.
Rover's Archduke Ferdinand. Who's Moriarty and Sherlock in this?
Moriarty definitely needs to be Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Great choice.
And then Sherlock needs to be
also Bugs Bunny.
The Hunter. No, what's his name?
Elmer Fudd? I don't know if is he in public domain?
Bugs Bunny is supposed to enter the public domain by 2035. The original character, apparently.
Oh, easy. Okay. Elmer Fudd is Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, so Elmer Fudd is Sherlock Holmes, and his shotgun is called Watson, and Bugs Bunny is Moriarty,
who killed Franz Ferdinand in the New York Stock Exchange, not with a gun in Russian roulette, but with Dorothy, King Kong, crashing onto the entire New York Stock Exchange, therefore sparking World War I.
Can you run that by me one more time?
This movie's gonna be like 8 hours long.
No, a tight 90-minute movie. This is really, really tight.
This isn't public domain, but this is also not copyright infringement, I don't think. The World War I part of the movie, because I assume there'll be a war part, is like Dunkirk. It's a oneer. One camera follows the entire war chapter of this movie. It's just one big running shot of the war.
You know what else is in the public domain? Charlie Chaplin.
Go on.
He's a funny guy.
He's a funny guy. So, you know.
Well, how are you using him?
When the New York Stock Exchange crashes, there's a window that he just like stands in. It goes right around him. Just like,
He does that bit a lot.
Nah, I was going to go on to make a Hitler joke, but everyone's already made that joke.
Go on. Those are in good taste.
No, everyone's already made that. You know, Charlie Chaplin with the mustache. And I was like, that he survived that, but then became jaded because Hitler fought in World War I and then went on to become... Well, he didn't become Hitler, but he was Hitler.
He went on to be himself.
I don't know if Hitler's in the public domain.
Something, beer hall push, something.
Something what? Beer hall push?
Wasn't like a failed attempt at like a coup by him or something?
I don't know. I don't know my history.
I super don't know my history. Don't confront me with this.
But who needs to know history? This isn't about history.
The beer hall push, also known as the Munich push, was a failed coup attempt by Adolf Hitler, the Nazi party in Munich, November 8th to 9th, 1923, aimed at overthrowing the Weimar Republic.
Weimar.
Well, thank goodness that didn't work. So,
but hey, it would be in the beer hall push public domain.
The beer hall push is in the public domain.
I think maybe that doesn't. We have enough war stuff. I think that's kind of a hat on a hat.
So the Great Depression in 1929 falls on the New York Stock Exchange and starts World War I in 1916 is the movie?
Wait, no, the Great Depression doesn't fall. King Kong falls on it as Dorothy.
King Kong, who is Dorothy, which is in the house, which is the stock market crash.
And the Twister is the Great Depression.
Whoa. That's not public. Oh, no, Twister from Wizard of Oz. Got it. I was like, Twister's not public domain.
No. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, that's not what we're talking about. Got it. Film fun fact. Do you guys know how they made the tornado in Wizard of Oz?
I do.
Wait, do you? It's worth points if you do.
I remember reading this, and it wasn't that long ago that I did. It was something. No, just tell me because I don't remember.
Mark might actually know it better than I do. Was it asbestos or was it just like talcum powder? It's a big linen bag tube basically that they filled with dust, and then there's just someone up top just going ooh, and making the dust come out, which gives it the tornado-y effect.
Yeah, it's a really convincing effect.
No, it looks cool,
especially given the era and being all black and white, or I guess brown grayscale at that point. It's that. It's a big piece of cloth that is strung out like this, and they might be blowing air into it as well.
I was thinking cloth. I didn't remember the dust part of it, but yeah.
No, the dust definitely helped made it. Yeah, no, it's a really good effect. Like, you can do a lot with practical and get away with it, but not important.
Anyway, sorry. What was the Twister? You were getting to something. The house is the stock market. It crashes on the stock market.
The Twister was the Great Depression.
Great Depression.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's a Great Depression. It's symbolic. People like symbology.
And Charlie Chaplin's there,
just doing house falls and pratfalls and stuff. Just doing physical comedy.
Okay, let me read my cast of characters here. I've got Cowardly Lion, played by Dippy Dawg. Steamboat Willie is the Tin Man. Scarecrow's Mary Poppins. Donald Duck's the Wicked Witch. Dorothy is somehow both King Kong and simultaneously Jerry.
Yeah.
The Flying Monkeys are Tom. Archduke Ferdinand is Pluto/Rover. Moriarty, Bugs Bunny. Sherlock, Elmer Fudd. Tornado, Great Depression. Charlie Chaplin.
Watson is Elmer's shotgun, just to be clear.
The plot is Dorothy, Jerry, King Kong falls, lands into the New York Stock Exchange. which is starts World War One for some reason. There's Russian roulette being played, and then the Great Depression swirls around and lifts them up.
Yeah, the tornado is the Great Depression. It picks them up and it flings King Kong Bird Dorothy into World War One, and that's how we transition from sort of a third-person camera into like the second-person one-shot following camera for the World War One sequence.
Yeah.
Is there more to the movie, or is this the whole movie?
That's just the beginning. We're going to spoil the whole movie. What kind of movie is that? Just the opening sequence.
Yeah, we can't tell you how it goes. You have to watch it.
Okay, it's a oneer. I know some of you can't imagine this in your mind, but imagine it's starting from a helicopter shot of the New York Stock Exchange. Period. Perfect. It's a scale model replica. It goes down into one of the big chimneys, gets a swirling smoke all coming up around, and then it emerges and starts to circle around. You see Elmer Fudd you see Bugs Bunny with a revolver pointed right at Archduke Franz Ferdinand, who's played by whoever the fuck he's played by, and swirling around like, you don't have the guts. It's duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season. Bang! Has a blanket. King Kong slams down. A whirling twister. The camera gets sucked up. Everyone's like, oh, up into the sky. Then the title comes out of the twister. And Bob?
Oh yeah, this is what I've been thinking about the whole time. I was ready for that. I wasn't just listening. The title emerges from the twister, and it just says, "We abandoned a Goofy war movie." Is that not a Goofy war?
No, I love it. It's unrelated.
Little Kong on the exchange.
The movie is called, wait, I've got it. Tom and Jerry, the murder of Archgoof Ferdinand and all that follows. And World War One is summarized in and all that follows.
Long titles are in. We got all through the short titles. It's like URLs for websites. All the short ones went away real quick. So we're running out of short ones. Only so many words. Got to go longer. AI started churning out movies, so we got it's a limited window.
Yeah, tastes have actually changed so much that human art is emulating AI art because consumers have been conditioned to believe that AI generated stuff is like the main meat of the market. And if you want your movie to actually chart and perform at the box office, you basically are trying to make an AI movie just with a little bit of human perspective injected into it. But you don't want it to be too human. You want it to really be sloshed around like it's an AI mixing everything up in there together.
Now, if we can make a deal with whoever owns a Goofy movie and be like, can we use a Goofy war?
Yeah, maybe that's the one we buy the rights for.
There's only one thing missing from our movie so far. Music. What songs that entered public domain are going to be featured in the movie?
Happy Birthday.
All right.
It's a slowed down, horrifying child singing it version of as it goes down into the chimney. Happy birthday. Goes minor chord. Yeah. As the camera goes up into the twister, that's when it rings out, and many more. And then it goes into the main movie. Yeah.
So here's some good news. Your movie comes out and it's a hit.
Didn't even make it yet.
I knew it will be.
They love it. They love it. They love it.
Using our time machine in 2040, we see the future.
But they want more. They want a sequel. And you can't reuse anything that you used in the original.
I don't even know what we used in the original.
What kind of sequels?
Unfortunately, this has been in my notes the whole time because I knew you guys would try to use as much as possible in the original.
How many years ahead are we?
Oh, 2045. 5 years later. Originally, it was also, I gave you guys some leeway because it was supposed to be one thing per work. So, if you were going to go to Wizard of Oz, you had to pick like one character. I gave you a bunch because you guys were just paintballing everything from every work. So now we've moved on to a sequel where you can't use anything from the original.
World War II's in public domain in 2045.
World War II's in. Everyone's favorite sequel to the Great Depression, World War I.
We got it. We got it, boys and girls. We got it.
So no Sherlock, no Wizard of Oz, probably, because we used a lot of Wizard of Oz. King Kong, gone. Charlie Chaplin, out. Bugs, Elmer, Tom and Jerry, Pluto, Goofy, Wizard of Oz, Hound of Baskervilles, Russian Roulette, World War I, Stock Market Crash, Great Depression, all out. Happy birthday. Can't use it.
Damn.
I think there's going to be a lot of music in this one. It's okay. No, we still have options. You know what? This is a different tone.
You haven't used like any superheroes that have come in.
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. We still have Betty Boop and Popeye, love interests. Oh no, that's not. What's Popeye's girl? Olive. Popeye and Olive. We can have Popeye and Olive.
Not in your movie necessarily. You can have whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, Popeye and Betty Boop could be love interests. This is true. What stories could we use?
That's a great question. There's probably a lot out there.
Okay, here's movies in the 1940s. Casablanca, Citizen Kane, It's a Wonderful Life.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes. The Sands of Iwo Jima.
Classic.
1949, Sands of Iwo Jima. So Iwo Jima's on the board. All right, so Sand is in, Iwo Jima's in, Miracle on 34th Street.
Sherlock Jr. came out in 1924. We could use Sherlock Jr. It's a Buster Keaton movie.
No Watson, Sherlock, or Moriarty, but you can use Junior.
Santa is in.
We can also use Nosferatu, which is one of the first horror movies of...
What had happened in Nosferatu? Real estate. The Plague.
Naked Girl on Horse, at least in the more recent one.
The Royalty. Count, right? That's a title.
That's the thing you remembered out of the most recent one? I didn't even remember that scene. Naked Girl on a Horse.
It just came out of nowhere, so it was kind of like, what?
I think it made sense. I didn't think about it much.
Oh, also Dracula. Just Bela Lugosi's Dracula came out in 1931.
Oh, you guys didn't use Dracula before.
So we used Donald Duck. We did not use Daffy Duck. So Daffy Duck is Dracula, and then we got Lola Bunny. No, that was probably later.
You still got Wonder Woman, Betty Boop, and whoever else I said.
No.
Okay, you don't.
Okay, we got The Picture of Dorian Gray, came out in 1945. Phantom of the Opera, 1943. We do have Miracle on 34th Street, which is in 1947, which means Santa Claus is there.
So far, I've got Daffy Duck is Dracula.
Dracky Duck.
Dracky Duck.
Dracky Duck.
I can't do a good Daffy Duck. I would try to do a Dracula Daffy Duck if I could, but I don't think I can do his, like...
No one needs that. You don't have to. No one's asking.
Tweety Bird's owner, Granny, is an option, I think.
Is that Daffy's love interest? Is that Mina?
Who's Mina?
The original Dracula? Isn't Mina like the one he like goes after?
These aren't the kind of details I bother myself with. I think we should ground this in a much more human story. I think we need to incorporate into the story. It needs to be structured around It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
Plot, It's a Wonderful Life.
Same genre as It's a Wonderful Life, which is genre?
Horror / touching family film.
It's a Wonderful Death?
Oh, yeah.
It's a Wonderful Birth?
It's a Dracula bite. Daffula? Dracula? Wait, what are we calling him?
I hate it. I hate it. I hate that.
It's a Wonderful Bite.
Look, I'm just trying to find anything that I know anything about here. I don't know a single thing about any of these characters or stories that we're currently dealing with.
It's a Wonderful War. We forgot about World War II.
Oh, that's right.
It's a Wonderful War.
Dracula in the World War II movie. That's right.
And to flip it on its head, in this one, the sequel, the oneer is actually the part that's not about the war.
Right.
It's really boring. There's a lot of mundane, everyday stuff. The action, the interpersonal action happens, and then it's just a camera in a room with people eating food and scratching their nose, and it's very, very boring and avant-garde.
All right, I'll have that, except we have to have, Wade, wink, we have to have a 5.5 minute long opening credit sequence of, hear me out, Naked Woman on a Horse.
What movie is that from? That's in the domain.
I thought that was from Nosferatu. I mean, it's definitely a movie that's from.
We can't come up with any original ideas?
I assume that was an homage to the original.
That was in the original.
Yeah, probably.
I've not seen the original, but I'll choose to trust you.
No, there was some lost footage from the original. It was the entire movie was compiled from different pieces from a few different theaters. So there was actually a secret scene that nobody knows about, but it was obviously filmed of a really, really long slow motion sequence of a naked woman on a horse.
Listen, I'm a boob guy. You talked me into it. Boobs on a horse?
No, not showing any of that. Actually, hair over the boobs for taste.
Yeah, it's artistic.
Everyone's expecting boobs. We hit them with no boobs.
I mean, it is a sequel. I guess it does have to be worse than the original. All right, fair enough. I'll allow it.
There are some better sequels.
Are we done?
Can't say I'm not disappointed. So far, your plot is It's a Wonderful Bite, World War II, Daffy Duck is Dracula. Does that sound like you're done?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you. It sounds like a movie.
Are there any other characters other than Dracula?
We listed so many. I'm not gonna list them again.
Did you?
Yeah.
Such as
Daffy. Look, I'm not gonna get into
such
it.
as Daffy Duck is Dracula. That's true. I can't argue. You did list that one.
Like, if you can't pay attention, I don't even know why we're bothering here. Wasting our breath on this.
It's cool. I play all your games, but it's all right. Whatever.
We pretty much nailed that. I'm going to move on to music. This one's easy. It's a sequel. The tone is different. The entire score for this is early American jazz and pop music. Maple Leaf Rag, St. Louis Blues, Ain't We Got Fun, classics. Honestly, we're just doing this for the money at this point, so this is basically a cat. We don't have to work too hard.
I missed your music. Did you guys name a single song?
He was just blasting it out there.
Yeah, I named 3 songs.
I was opening. Name them again, please.
Maple Leaf Rag, St. Louis Blues, and Ain't We Got Fun.
All right. We have 3 songs, 1 character, and title. That's a movie.
Well, and I said generally early American jazz and pop music. There's a lot. Everything that pre-1929 jazz scene is rife with songs that all sound largely the same.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The sequel was much less well received than the original, especially when you started off by covering the boobs.
Good. We must be done then.
But everyone went to see it because it was a sequel to such a great movie. So you guys made a lot of money on it.
Oh, cool. All right.
There is not demand for a trilogy.
Oh, great. Actually, that's the best of all worlds.
So, I guess I'm gonna have to add something to a wheel and do some points and stuff here.
Thank God.
I'm introducing a new mechanic to the show that we've never done before because, like, there were just points here where I don't know what the fuck was going on. I tried to keep up. I was writing notes. I've got a whole thing of notes. But there were points where your guys' contributions were so muddy, callbacky, murky. I didn't really know what to do. So I just wrote down some question marks. And I've decided that each question mark represents a D6 roll where you can earn up to 3 points or lose up to 3 points. So like a 1 is a -3, a 2 is a -2, 3 is a plus or a -1, 4 is a +1. There's no 0. It's just -3 all the way to +3.
I like that.
I don't know about this.
Each one of you got 6 question marks. So I've got the dice roller here that's going to show the history. So, all right, so we're going to roll a D6. Mark, your name's up first, so let's go ahead and just roll it.
What was my question for? What were you confused about?
Oh, you have 6 you each have 6 question marks because you both confused me. So at least it's even unevenness. The higher the number, the better for you.
That's, as is always the rule.
All right, Mark. We have a 2, which is -2 points. So let's just mark. We have -2, +2 for the 5, -2 for the 2, -2 for the 2, +1, +1. So that's +4, -6. So you lost 2 points on that.
Wow.
I feel like I didn't even get a chance to like send good vibes towards the rolls. You just blasted them all out.
No, you did not.
Do you feel like that was something?
And I just, I
Do you know the total points yet? Do you want to use it now or later? You can use it now.
must see what happens.
All right, Bob. You also have 6 question marks.
6, 6, 6, 5, 6.
That's smart. You should probably give it some vibes.
Come on, do it. Do it for me.
Boom, 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 boom,
ooh,
boom, boom. That looks pretty good,
Hey,
Bob.
that's not bad.
Bob, we have -1, +1, +2,
See,
Plus 3.
he got to
Plus
he got to
2.
like inject
-2.
the universe with like luck.
Mm-hmm. That's how it works for me.
Bob, that is -3 +8. So you got a +5.
All right.
Mark, you lost 2. Bob, you gained 5.
Yeah.
Okay, now best 2 out of 3.
No.
I feel like if I clarify the question marks,
You're asking for a chance to explain your confusing.
Yeah, I want to explain. Well, I just because my ideas are so cerebral. I understand they're not for the average mind.
So here's what happened. You guys both talked back and forth. We went through a lot of reiterations of plot. I couldn't type or write fast enough to keep up with it. And so what I decided was fair was to mark that some amount of points were gained or lost depending on contributions. And I left that, as is my right as host, up to a little bit of chance.
I feel like that's not your right as host. I think part of the part of the core of the Constitution that we created was that we didn't want episodes to be decided by chance.
Well, they're not entirely decided by chance. Chance was just a part of it. I would argue that wheels are also chance, and we allow wheels. Coin flips are chance, and we allow coin flips.
Yeah, that's like a special carve out.
Yeah, but they're only earned, it's earned based on what the...
I mean, look, you are the host, and I am not invoking any rights. I'm just throwing that idea out there.
I'm not invoking anything.
Well, there aren't any rights to invoke other than one that I believe still exists.
Yeah, well, I'm not invoking that one. I'm just throwing out some thoughts that I had.
All right, one of you might invoke it soon. Let's see. Mark, you got points for Da Vinci...
Resolve?
Resolve. I thought it said residue. Resolve is probably what I wrote.
After I saw the latest update, I left some Da Vinci residue, if you know what I mean.
You liked my jokes twice, so you got 2 points for that. Not sponsored. Stephen Hawking is Sherlock Holmes. Archduke Ferdinand. And there were the question marks we resolved. Russian roulette. Happy birthday. And then characters. Some of the characters, I don't know. There's a few points for characters in there. Then there's the 3 other question marks. Bob, you got points for iPod case collector. I interrupted you, which was rude of me. Drowned outlet. You're in Mark's walls with your radio. A goofy war. Mask. Movie. Mark. King Kong is Dorothy. It's a Dracula bite. Scarecrow peepees? That can't be what that says. Scarecrow pops?
That's probably what I said.
Mary Poppins. Scarecrow Poppins is probably what that says. 3 points for various musical contributions, which I wrote down on here. Maple Leaf Rag, St. Louis Blues, Ain't We Got Fun.
Ain't we got fun.
And then you got the 5 points for the question marks, because you also had 6 question marks on here. Bob, you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 5, 16 points. Mark, you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8 points. Seems like the dice didn't do you many favors, but we haven't done our wheel spins yet, so maybe you can make up 8 points on wheel spins.
If there's one, all right, here's why I'm not throwing the thing, is because I get dice are impartial.
Thank you.
And there's no way that I could have universally injected luck into them. But I can now! I am invoking you, gods of the coin! I declare unfair!
Okay, so I just read you the score was 16-8. Invoking unfair, you're saying that's not the score. So if you were right...
I just want a chance.
You would double your score to tie it?
No, I don't. Here's what oh, gods of coin. I just want to remove all points that were decided by a dumb question mark. Make me have a chance.
Okay, all right.
So then what's the tails outcome of that?
Double. All the points are added by question marks. Yeah.
Oh, only question mark points?
Only question. Well, if it's either no question marks or double question marks, right?
No, I like that. What if all the points are converted to question marks, but all new question marks have to be rolled? So then it basically kind of resets the points it will be even more fair. Doubly fair.
If question marks are the fair way, then so shall it be. But if they're unfair, get them out of here!
If Mark wins, the score would be 11 points Bob, 10 points Mark before we go into wheels.
All right.
I would take it.
If it's all question marks, then the score is 5 to -2 with a whole lot of 6s to roll.
All right, I'm okay with this. Come on.
Heads is Mark. Tails.
All heads is gets rid of question marks. All tails is all question marks. I love this. This is my favorite one we've done so far.
This is what it's meant to be. Please don't be nothing. Ha! Ah! Ha!
Tails.
Oh my God, tails.
That's tails, because heads is the lady in the dress.
Okay, so we're into all question marks.
I guess that's an acceptable outcome.
Well, right now, it's not looking good for you.
Thank you, gods of unfair, I think, maybe. Hold on for a second before I thank you.
So I have to roll 10 d6s for Mark and 11 d6s for Bob, and then do all the math.
I like my chances. Starting with a 3-point lead.
You have a 7-point lead, Bob. It's all question marks.
That's all right. Get ready for the most 6s you've ever seen in your life, and I just hope it's on my turn.
All right, so who's this for then?
Mark, you won the challenge. No, you lost the challenge, technically.
Technically.
So, Bob, you decide who goes first.
I want to go first.
All right, Bob is first. Bob, I have to roll 11 d6s for you.
Yes. Good.
Right.
Okay. 1, 2,
Yes.
3,
Oh.
4,
Oh.
5,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Oh.
9,
Yes.
10,
Yes.
11.
Yes. No, wait, no.
I don't know what the hell that came out to.
I got a final tally of 3 plus 3 to my score, but we'll see if everyone agrees.
I got +3 as the end. That's what you said?
Yeah, that's what I got.
You have a +3 and you already had a 5. So right now you're at 8.
Yes. 8 to -2.
That's in the range.
Okay.
That is possible.
Take it. It is.
Mark, you started at -2. You've got 10 rolls.
Watch.
You better roll some fucking winners.
All right, 10 times. 1,
No.
2, 3,
Yes.
4,
All right.
5,
No.
6,
No.
7,
No.
8,
No.
9,
Yes.
10.
No. That's so close. Wait.
Okay, so Mark, we got +1,
Yes.
-1, +1, +1, +3, +2, +1, +3,
No.
-1, +3. Is that right? 1, 2,
Did I just get?
I got 12.
11 -1's 10 plus. I got 13.
Oh, well, I'm not very good at math, but I agree.
I might be wrong here. Let me double check.
No, that's what I got. I got 13 too. So
You're probably right. I'm not good at, I did that all on the fly on my fingers.
1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 11, 10, 13 -2, 11. So 11 for Mark is greater than 8 for Bob.
No.
What a weird switch. So right now, going into the wheel spins, it is 11 to 8. Oh man, what do I want to add to the wheel for this?
Oh, that's right. You got to add your thingy. What about biggest comeback? Because we kind of have the host kind of has a sense of like, oh, your Wade hasn't got any points yet so far, so he's he's down by a lot.
Bob was winning pretty convincingly till the 3 tails happened. That would be the most that would apply to this.
I don't see any that need to be balanced out currently on the list. I think what we ended up doing was half point for you, half point for me was what Mark added one time.
yeah, I think I just.
So it was kind of fair to both of us.
And so I think I don't have a half point on there, but that's fine.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what to add at this point.
I mean, best comeback is definitely an option.
We'll do best comeback. We'll do the
Yeah, that's good. I think that's
best
fine.
comeback. Could apply for best comeback to someone's like thing or best comeback points wise. We can kind of interpret it. Therefore, it can make sense even if there isn't a crazy comeback. There could be a best comeback.
All right.
Bob will have to roll all of our things.
I've got this.
The only thing that could save you, Bob, is a 3.
Yeah, I need a 3, which seems unlikely to get another 3.
I'd give it a 33% chance.
It's unlikely. All right, here we go. How many bonus points will there? Yes. No.
Oh no! I thought it was going. All right.
Almost.
1 spin.
I think I'm in trouble, boys.
Give me the best comeback. Give me the best comeback.
1 spin of the mega bonus wheel for Mark. Lost most points. Wait, who would that be? That would be me.
Yeah, because technically Mark's spin made you lose the most points.
I had 16 and now I have 8. And you had 8 and now you have 11 or whatever, 10.
That's true. That's true.
Let me actually look at who lost the most. Mark lost 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Mark lost 8. Bob, you lost 1, 2, so that's 3, 6, 9, 12. You lost 14 points for rolls, Bob.
I think that's earned.
Consolation bonus. That one's worth 5 points.
Well, with a final score of 11 to 9, Mark, you have won, and you have earned the right to the winner's speech.
I will say this. I was unsure about this little coin. Even though it wasn't all in my favor for the coin flip, still, the laws of the universe saw to it that it became more fair than ever. And I believe that this is bringing balance to the force. I am the chosen one. I will become Darth Vader.
It's wild that in 10 dice rolls, you only lost points twice, and both were only -1s.
Well, I mean, the first set of dice rolls really didn't go in my favor, so I think it's all right.
That's true.
I think it's all right.
True.
I think it's all right.
Well, congrats, Bob. The surprise losing speech after a dominant performance.
I don't know if anything more defeating than this has occurred to this point in my life. I contributed a lot. I clearly kicked Mark's ass in the actual material parts of this episode. I believe the original final score was 16-8, which would have been the second time in recent memory I beat my opponent by double their score. The other one was Wade previously.
Okay, we don't have to bring up the past.
I am the best competitor on this show. I am the funniest. I am the smartest. My only weakness is I can't, for some fucking reason, get the dice or the coins to fall my way. I don't understand. It's fine. I'm not mad about it. It's just defeating, you know? After being the best at everything for so much of my life, to have this bring me down so consistently at this crossroads, I'm losing the ego that everyone knows and loves me for. You know, it's just not going to last forever at this rate. Okay, so if you want this to stay around, maybe let me win sometimes. How about that?
Hopefully that continues to be a thing. But if you'll be leaving us, then I guess I'll have to bring on Mr. Bob. The show will end very shortly thereafter. Bob, we kind of need you here.
Editors, put my head on Wade's arm.
I don't know why I'm bobbing my head for you to
Then put Wade's head on his head. That's great. That's great.
That's the episode. Congratulations, Mark. Bob, one day luck will favor you because, oh my god, was it on your side until somehow 3 coin flips led to that.
That's a tough one.
I guess stay tuned for the next one where Mark will host and let us do something fun and fair and easy, I'm sure. You can find everybody at their respective channels. Markiplier, My Skirm, Minion777 or Lord Minion777. Stay tuned for the next one. Until then, podcast out.